Now let's take a look at this video from Sunny V2, why Chris will soon be a nightmare for MrBeast. The description reads, Chris Tyson has been in a bit of hot water recently, and there have been plenty of videos on that, but how will this drama affect MrBeast? What are we talking about? Did Chris Tyson come out with a oopsie? Did he say something that's fucked up? No. He's trans and he openly stated it. That's the drama. 100K thumbs up on this, 1.2 million views.
Chris Tyson's situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast's brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude. Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as, "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Chris would
get him! He painted his nails! People are so, like, again, you are so emotionally stunted. You are so emotionally fucking stunted and so sexually insecure if you think that, like, a dude painting their fucking nails, anyone, okay? I'm not saying Chris in this circumstance. I'm, of course, talking about myself as well. Immediately implies that you're like, there's something awry. You know, something has gone wrong. We got to stop it.
highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I, quote, look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" Prompting replies such as, "You went from man to boy." Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better," yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating.
I love the thriller, like the scary thriller music playing in the background. Like as though this is like as though if you didn't get it, you know, if you weren't already of the mindset, like I want to set the mood for you so you're like scared. Okay, guys, this is a bad thing that's happening, okay? Understand that what we're looking at is bad and wrong, okay? I'm going to set the mood for you.
That Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay.
Dead inside. Yeah, true.
So some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this to this?" While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty ridiculous, and it is pretty funny. Carl is he's not even gay. What the fuck?
As Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife.
Wait, what?
Marriage. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2000.
The true catalyst for Chris's feminization has come through. That is such a fucking insane statement to just like put out there as though it's a matter of fact that I had to do a quadruple take on that. So like what? His wife and child feminized him? Is that what you're fucking saying? What?
In 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether.
This is like insane level of stalking, for the record. Again, unhinged, insane. You know, this is, I don't know how to describe it other than like the person who is putting this content out there, the person who is like not even ashamed to post shit like this, only can get away with posting shit like this because he is either A, in an echo chamber, or B, recognizes that there are other unhinged people who also fucking think that this is fine. Like, this is good. This is like, yeah, hell yeah, this makes sense to me. If you're the type of person who watches this and goes, yeah, this makes a lot of sense to me, I don't know what to tell you.
Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Kris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Kris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Kris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife.
No, I'm glad that this is, yeah. This is what you do when you personally are not brave enough to come out and say that this is your feelings on the matter. So you're relegated to like comments that you're reading off of the fucking comments that you're fucking reading off of YouTube responses. Like some of the most unhinged people on the planet, right under again under the protection of anonymity, under YouTube videos. That is a psychotic thing to base an entire video off of. Like, this is a human being. We're talking about a fucking human being, dude. That's crazy. It's so incredibly, devastatingly unhinged. Kris went from lighting campfires and raising a family to his beautiful wife to now being a wife and to now trying to be a wife with his man bun and long nails, this person is stating. You don't know Kris's experiences with his wife and child, okay? You don't know anything. What content creators choose to leave out of their online presence is whatever is on their own volition. Like, they have the right to privacy, okay? I know that because of how fucking parasocial content works and how parasocial relationships work on the internet, everybody thinks they get to have a say in how you conduct yourself and they get to have an opinion on how you live your life. But it is fucking insane. He might have, for example, chosen not to post photos of his child because his child is getting older and also because of unhinged freakazoids like this guy and the thousands, if not millions of other motherfuckers on the internet that are also literally looking at every minutia, every detail of someone's life and like casting doubt and creating these like psychotic narratives off of it. Of course.
Wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Kris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Kris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image.
What the fuck do you mean? Like, while he would make an effort to return to his former self, he doubled down. You're talking about it like it's a KFC double down, bro. Like, what do you mean double down on being like trans? What the fuck? Absolute psychopathic behavior, bro. Have some shame and decency before you fucking put out a video like this. You don't even fucking know this person, dude. You fucking parasocial freak lord. What the fuck? You don't know anything about this person.
Showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders. Kris would expand on this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies," which received a positive response from both.
Did this motherfucker Google what HRT is? Bro, you should not be this comfortable speaking on trans people and you know, trans existence if you don't even know what fucking HRT is, man.
Country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies, which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming.
Yeah, others. I wonder who those others were. You motherfucker. Like, why are you removing yourself from this equation? You literally made a 9-minute video on this. You absolute freakazoid. Bro, this video is peppered with all the anti-trans sentiment. You literally said Chris doubled down on being trans, okay, which is insane. Well, you would never comment on other people's behavior. No, I comment on other people's behavior all the time. Think about it like this. If you're a simpleton and you can't comprehend it in any other way about like marginalization or systemic oppression, think about it like this. Playground bullies, okay? You're a child, you're on the playground, you're weaker than the fucking fat bully, okay? Think about that. And the bully is beating the shit out of you. Would you want someone like myself to come there and tell the bully to fucking stop? Or not? That's it. It's that simple. Trans people are marginalized. They're hyper marginalized. That's it. It's that easy. And these fucking weaklings will go after them deliberately so they can cut commentary like this because they know that there's plenty of other fucking freaks out there on the internet that are looking for this kind of commentary. They're like, oh yeah, let's go bully some trans people. Fuck yeah. I think the problem here is that MrBeast's whole brand is about fun and enjoyable videos, and now the whole thing is getting kind of too political. It's a dilemma. Trans existence should not be political. What the fuck are you talking about? Chris also said that he was bisexual. Why was that not a fucking issue? That's political too, right? Like, just let trans people exist, man. What are you talking about? It's not like Chris was like, oh, you know, let's fucking kill all cishet men or some shit. You're doing the age-old gamer bullshit, okay? You're doing the age-old gamer bullshit. There's only two genders, okay? Man, political. A video game like Call of Duty that is about expressly defending American imperialism, not political because that's a man that you're playing with. A video game that has a female character in it, oh, that's political. You're doing that, but for literally the existence of a human being. Okay? Like, think about that. You're basically looking at that situation, looking at someone who's changing, okay? Who's becoming more comfortable in who they are, and you're going, I don't like that. You should erase yourself out of existence. I don't want to see that. How can you be so comfortable saying some insane shit like that? It's crazy.
There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times. Chris responded to this.
Yeah. Live with Evan is a strong man, you know? Chris is a weak man, right? Because he's trans. He's going through, gender confirmation. But Live with Evan, that's a strong man right there. Like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? You're tweeting on the internet, okay? It's not like you just hunted a fucking mammoth and skinned it so you can fucking wear it around yourself to brave the elements, okay? You're a fucking chirper on Twitter. You're replying to the Drama Alert account. The fuck do you mean, hard man? You're a pussy! And a significantly bigger pussy than any trans person that is a public-facing trans person who openly fucking talks about it because their lives turn to shit immediately by other pussies like you. You get fucking doxxed and endlessly harassed, swatted. Your fucking family members' information is revealed. It's psychotic. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, oh, I'm strong, dude. What do you mean? I'm strong. I'm so strong, brother. I'm a strong man. Why? Because I post about fucking sick cars and Conor McGregor and shit like that. And I bought Twitter Blue. You know what I mean? I'm an innovator. It's so incredibly fucking stupid.
Comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film."
A quick Google search showed me that GNC means gender non-confirming, so I can make up my mind about how I feel about that particular matter too. That's what I'm doing here. A quick Google search. I don't know what these fucking words mean. I'm learning too much. I don't like it. I don't quite like it. Or no.
Film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. Chris's response received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life. As well as I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria, yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son."
Like a normal human would look at this video, okay, and cover it as this way. Are you ready? Some people were understandably supportive of this decision because they have empathy. Others were fucking freaks and decided to take matters into their own hands. Notice how the fucking freaks were the ones that got 1,000 likes and the supportive people only got like 3 likes. You know what I mean? Mind your own damn fucking business. What the fuck?
Just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house. A life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure?
It's like, bro, how about you fucking worry about also not having a father figure in your life, considering that, you know, you got Mr. Bitcoin in your fucking, as your username, okay? Go search for a father figure, okay? Maybe you wouldn't have become this fucking demon if you had a good one.
Figure. Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post.
That's the funniest, the funniest type of transphobia is the same as homophobia, by the way. It's always the same. It's just that, like, trans people are now an acceptable target. Gay people are, by and large, not considered an appropriate target anymore. So the very same people who would have been fucking homophobic 20 years ago are doing it for trans people. Unfollowing. Pfft, this ain't a fucking airport, dude. Why are you announcing your departure, you fucking dingus? The first goddamn thing that he said in the fucking chat. Oh no, what will I do? Guys, he's leaving. Oh no. Idiot. Listen. We will mourn that man's passing. It's so sad. We lost one, but what are you going to do? Okay. Listen. One of the funniest forms of like anti-trans psychopathic behavior is whenever people say, oh, well, like, I'm not transphobic, but, like, you're ruining this kid's life because it's going to be really difficult to have a trans parent. It's like, bro, then be supportive and try to combat transphobia. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, what? You're asking someone to detransition? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a cowardly way to say that you just don't want to see someone who's trans. That's it. You're making it hard, dumbass. Your child's life will be really difficult because I'm going to fucking ruin it personally by constantly talking about how his father or his parent is a fucking freak and constantly harass the child.
Reading It's Never Too Late to Start Being Yourself, which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe.
Yeah, Alpha Dog. Alpha Dog came in, dude. He knows. Bro, worry about your widow's peak, motherfucker, okay? Jesus Christ.
MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life. In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the video.
No! 52,000 dislikes in a fucking video? No! This entire video, the reason why I mentioned this is the funniest way to do like transphobia, and people used to do it with homophobia as well. Let me tell you, it's the funniest way to just like be transphobic without like openly fucking saying what you mean. Even though Sonny does make a lot of statements in his supposedly centrist piece where he's like very obviously not in favor of this. Okay. Hasan will defend everyone but POCs. This is what Hasan, anytime a POC does anything.
Hey.
Okay, listen, yes, I am not in favor of Italians. You know this. Why are you bringing this up? Okay. Yes. This is not an Italian safe space. Okay. Okay. The reason why I mentioned like this is a profoundly sad and cowardly attempt to do transphobic content is because it hides behind it. Like it hides behind like how it's being received, how someone coming out as trans is being received by others. Not me. I'm just reporting on the matter, you know? It's like, bro, are you fucking insane? You're talking about someone coming to terms with their gender. Like what's the alternative? You want them to just like, you know, detransition? You want them to not do that? Is that what you want? I can't believe Chris didn't take into account MrBeast's content. I can't believe Chris didn't take into account MrBeast's content before coming out as trans. That's really fucked up. He should have just resigned, you know? Not have a job anymore. That's what the right thing to do would be in this circumstance. Love that. Thank you.
For example, in a recent live stream titled Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes, Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my God, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking.
Damn, I can't believe that like a live stream that went on done by people who don't regularly live stream had awkward moments, dude. Let's parasocially project about this. But of course, no one will look to this and go, wow, how fucking weird that you are literally reading the worst possible reading from this because of your own fucking psychopathic opinion on the matter and projecting your insecurities to like other people in this circumstance by hyper-focusing on a singular moment over the course of a fucking however long hour live stream conducted by people who don't do live streams. But of course, that's not weird. The weird thing is that Chris is trans. That's the weird thing. Please, I'm not weird for parasocially fucking analyzing this like a psychopath. Crabcotic 666, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That's insane, dude. You're a fucking insane person. He's like also trying to guide you into feeling this way by putting text on it too. He's like, hey guys, it's not enough that I put in this scary music about Chris's fucking transition, right? But I need you to fucking know Jimmy doesn't like it. He quite hates it, as a matter of fact. He does not like it. Or nor, I say. From afar, I don't know any of these fucking people. But I know Jimmy doesn't like it. He's not saying it. People are saying it. He's just reporting on it. Jeez, exactly. Also, one of the other aspects of this is like something that I routinely mention, which is like trans people should be allowed to make cringe jokes, okay? I don't know why the fuck everybody literally jumps on that shit as though this is like a way to just eviscerate trans people from public consciousness and existence. Anytime, like, God forbid, a trans person isn't like objectively hilarious in every fucking moment. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It makes no fucking sense. Like, you as a cishet are so pathetically unfunny on the timeline regularly. Okay? Regularly. And yet nobody goes, oh yeah, we got to eradicate the cishets. Of course it's not going to happen. That's not how anything works. But the one fucking moment that like a trans person makes a joke and it's like not super well received immediately, it's like, oh, dude, look, see, they're awkward. They hate Chris. They don't want to be around him. Fucking so dumb.
Looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, Mr. Beast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks.
That's like, that literally is, oh God. I think it makes me more frustrated because I know these people personally. Like, I don't know Chris, but I've met Jimmy and I know Carl very well. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I know. I talk to them behind the scenes. I know how they feel about these sorts of things. So it makes me additionally fucking frustrated when I hear some random dipshit all the way from down under making parasocial fucking commentary on things he doesn't understand. Oh my God. Like, yeah, they got real fucking awkward when Carl came in. Gayifying Chris one more time.
Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will
like, you look at this and you don't think that there's something wrong with this? I'm going to miss the goat. 28 million views. Dead. Chris sitting closer to Jimmy. 20 million views. Name one in the room. MrBeast confronts Chris after coming out dead. Like, this is literally a problem. Like, a normal human should look at this and go, holy fuck, people are so insane. So if you're trans and you see this kind of thing and you get scared, remember, people in the real world, when they do see this, okay? When they do see this, they recognize it as unfucking hinged, okay? They recognize it as unhinged. Normies, like MrBeast himself, saw this wave of aggro, over-the-top, psychotic, anti-trans behavior and literally were like, I didn't even know what this was like. I didn't even fucking realize. I didn't even realize how fucking bad it got.
Another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well,
well, not if I have something to say about it. That's right. Will people fucking let go of Chris transitioning? Not if I've got any fucking power in my bones. to make sure that people fucking get mad, unnecessarily angry. Hold on 1 second. I gotta do something. I'm fucking back! Oh no! Wake up.
Maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the
That's insane, dude. That is insane. That's insane. Oh man, he's jeopardizing the fucking franchise, dude. Yeah, the content is suffering because I don't want to see a trans person. So maybe Chris should fucking resign.
first place. Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos. MrBeast has likely
What is that even? Why? What the fuck? This is not going to fucking add value to the videos. If queer people are looking up to you, who gives a fuck? They should also think about their corporate opportunities later on in life and decide not to be fucking queer. Bro thinks he's the manager? Yeah, dude. It's fucking wild, dude.
Cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is—
Bro, he's talking about this like Chris's transition is like a business decision. He's talking about it like it's like this is giving like, why is Lizzo in this fucking movie energy? Okay? Like, this is not a character. It's a human being, you fucking dingus, you donkey. What the fuck is wrong with you? Of course, this is the fallen ninja fan, Sunny V2. If you remember, that was the first time I was like, I think Sunny V2 has done like a relatively decent job, at least in the videos that I've watched, about like not always being over the top, like showing his like genuine perspective, until I watched that ninja video. And in that ninja video, he was literally going bananas mode. He's like, Ninja fucking lied. Ninja lied to his audience. He went down this fucking path for money. He started fucking not being problematic. He said the thing. He said, go woke, go broke about a real fucking person. Yeah. Like, here, this is the ninja clip. Here.
Post something or make something pandering to what is popular, such as the hot topic of racial inequality. Even the people who agree with you on the topic lose respect for you because they can sense the lack of authenticity and the fact that you're only posting it to appease your audience. On top of this, all Ninja is doing is alienating his audience and speeding up his demise because, as Sneeko said best,
successful people don't play any side politically because they're too smart to know that they just be alienating 50% of their clients.
This video is awesome because it has Sneeko in it. It's like my favorite content creator, Sneeko. Bro said, as Sneeko said it best. I did not know that he used a Sneeko quote for this. Oh man. Yeah, it's funny because like Sneeko literally also went in the exact opposite direction of that quote.
Ninja argues it's not my job to educate kids who make racist and sexist comments.
Ninja's moronic venture into politics is simply giving journalists a reason to pin clickbait on him, doing nothing besides making Ninja's life more difficult.
Gaming star Ninja sparked controversy with his statements on kids and racism. It's not his
while
first time
giving
in the
him
hot seat.
exposure for all the wrong reasons. When you post
Yeah. Weird. Anyway, this topic is bringing out some of the best and brightest in society here, you know? I love when I cover some shit like this and people are just like, whatever fucking Discord server that they were sitting in, they're like, oh, dude, don't worry. I got another fucking alt account that I could use here. Oh, thank God. Hasan, honestly, I think you getting into politics has greatly ruined your career. Two subject matters on this. Two things that I want to say on this. Not every content creator most content creators are fucking stupid, myself included, okay? They're not very well thought out on a lot of these issues. So expecting them to be the purveyors of what is like the righteous moral indignation that you want to see is dumb. You're dumb for wanting that from a fucking Fortnite guy. Ultimately, though, if they do take the initiative every now and then to say things like, hey, don't be fucking racist, or especially if they say things like, hey, don't be transphobic, because as we all know, obviously transphobia is way, way, way more openly discussed in society. If they do stuff like that, then that's a good. Just take the dub and move on. You don't have to fucking assume that they are like living this lifestyle where they're socialist Jesus now because they said Black Lives Matter one time. Okay? Like, they're just content creators. Okay? They're content creators in many respects. They're just not very smart. All they do is serve you the top of the hour ad break. Okay? And then tell you, if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. You have really nothing more important to talk about trans people? Dude, I want to live in a society where I never have to talk about trans people ever again for the rest of my fucking life. But the unfortunate reality is that people are constantly fucking making trans people the main point of contention. They can't shut the fuck up about trans people. They literally love constantly fucking yelling about trans people, at trans people. Okay? Wait, hold on one second. Tuana Maggie, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. They gonna clip chimp that? I don't care. I don't care. It would be dope. It would be dope if I never had to. It would be dope if I never had to talk about trans people ever again, which would mean that like people aren't constantly fucking ripping at trans people nonstop. And also for people saying they're gonna clip chimp you and like they're gonna fucking yell at you for that, go ask a trans person. They will say the same exact shit. Trans people don't want trans people to constantly be, you know, at the forefront, the subject matter, the point of contention for simply the act of existing, dude. You think that's like fun? You wouldn't be talking about this right now if it wasn't an issue? Exactly. You know what I mean? You think trans people love fucking people regularly, openly, publicly talking about their existence as a point of contention? Like, oh man, it's so sick. Love waking up in the morning and seeing just like a fucking timeline full of people being like, trans people should be murdered. Like, no, that sucks. Okay? It sucks. Make no mistake, I'm still an LGBT foe, okay? A lot of people are getting comfortable thinking that I'm an ally or something. I'm a foe, obviously. Anyway, let's continue.
Is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen, a situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up my
So
beast
you're
if
a
I got
Keemstar?
it.
The problem is, this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract.
If you never had to talk about trans people again, would you still have a job, KW? Yeah, I would. I mean, I know you think that that's like funny, but yeah, I would. 100%, actually. Like, you can't say anything without being canceled. Like, trans people exist everywhere, okay? And it's rarely a point of contention until some fucking right-wing freakazoid points to it and goes, let's all fucking unload on this person. Let's all unload all of our anxiety. Let's all get mad that this person fucking exists next to cis people. That's it. There are hundreds of thousands of trans people that currently exist in society, no matter what the fuck you have to say about it. The only reason why it turns into a point of contention is because right-wing freakazoids literally go, that's fucked up. We got to do something about it. Or they do the lighter version of that. Okay? They do the lighter version of that, which is like, oh, a lot of people are going to get fucking mad about this, I say, because of Chris's selfish decision to fucking transition while being a part of the MrBeast franchise is fucked up.
As he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves—
Yeah, trans people, like being around a trans person is just like, is hell. Is like literally you're locked in a prison. Listen, man. Look, I have a very large trans audience, okay? A very large one. Let me explain something to you, okay? I do. 14% of this community is trans. It's like much larger than probably one of the largest trans communities online, okay? I yell at trans people all the fucking time. Individual trans people in the chat, Twitter leftists who are trans, all the fucking time. All the time. Literally all the time. Okay? Because sometimes, as a collective, trans people can be fucking, they can do cringe posts or they can get really mad about things that are otherwise completely misconstrued. You know what I mean? That doesn't change anything. Okay? As long as you are defending trans people, and as long as you don't care that like some trans people on the timeline are going to misunderstand what you're saying and understandably get into a defensive position, a defensive posture because of how much they are constantly fucking under attack, okay? It ultimately doesn't matter. Okay? I'm not transphobic. I yell at trans people all the time. Yes, I do. Those two things can be true. Okay? You can sometimes disagree with a trans person. That does not make you transphobic. Shut the fuck up. Okay? It's very frustrating. What is this? It's literally a 4chan dude trying to make a meme of their transphobia. Do you think being super straight or super whatever is transphobic? Oh, yeah, this is definitely, I'm assuming this is like a troll. Classic right-wing playbook is dismissing left-wing causes as meaningless shit, whether that being dismissing advocating for minorities' rights is a difference in opinion or just drama. It's how they maintain power. Yeah. So, anyway. Bro, it's not about the fucking person. It's about influencing the younger generation. They're pushing an agenda. I hope you understand that, like, Chris is not pushing an agenda. Chris is just being himself. this person is pushing an agenda. And even if you were to say Chris is pushing an agenda, that agenda would be what? That you should be comfortable with your gender, that you should be comfortable with your sexuality. That's the agenda. You have a problem with that agenda. And your agenda is what? You shouldn't be comfortable with your sexuality or your gender? Is that what your agenda is? Because your agenda sucks if that's the point. Like, let's say that every trans person automatically is pushing an agenda. What is that agenda? That, again, like I said, live and let live. Wow, man. Surely a really fucked up agenda to push, man. Holy fuck. Yeah, live a happy and healthy life. Be comfortable in your own skin and the way you represent yourself to the world. I am so upset about that, man. Wow. How fucked up. Oh, how damaging, how devastating.
Deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval.
Like, how can... this is the one last thing I gotta say. I keep pausing this part of the video, but... how can you say people are terrified of speaking out against trans people when you made this fucking video and it has 100,000 likes? You made this video, didn't even feel shame to make this video, and you literally put it up knowing full well that you are going to garner a massive audience and get a lot of fucking attention for it. Clearly, it doesn't matter. Being transphobic pays, okay? The idea that, like, trans people have any amount of power other than basically chirping at you on fucking Twitter is a laughable one, especially when at the legislative level, the Republican Party is literally doing everything they can to eradicate trans existence, making sure that you can't be trans in public, making sure that you can't actually transition, forcibly detransitioning people, trying to kidnap trans children and take them away from their fucking parents if they are good parents and understanding. Like, all of these things are happening in the United States of America, and dumb motherfuckers on the timeline, on the sphere of this idiotic hellscape that we know as Twitter, go, well, all that's happening, but someone actually fucking yelled at me and said I'm transphobic because I said trans people are pedophiles, and that's actually the real oppression. It's crazy. It's crazy. There are motherfuckers like Matt Walsh with millions of followers that, like, openly agitate. They basically are fucking advocating for a trans genocide. Meanwhile, a couple fucking anime avatar trans people yelled at you and said you're transphobic. Oh no. It's so exhausting, dude. These people called a fucking bomb threat to the Boston Children's Hospital, okay? A fake bomb threat. Because Libs of TikTok and Matt Walsh were lying and saying they're just, like, chopping the penises of teenagers there, okay? Like, that's a lie. It's a gross lie. Multiple bomb threats. 7 times. I didn't know it was 7. I thought it was 1. 1 and done. But they can get away with that.
Would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept.
This is fucking bullshit, okay? Guess what, dude? Fuck those people. Okay? Like I said, I am one of the largest Twitch streamers on the motherfucking planet. Okay, if I can straight up routinely fucking do political commentary while also making it a trans inclusive place, everyone else can too. Okay, the idea, and no one should be fearful of this, this is a way to try and stop people from allowing their trans friends to continue being a part of the conversation, to continue being a part of the content. Okay, as long as you fucking put your head down and keep making the same exact shit that you've been making, your audience is going to continue growing, okay? Just treat trans people like they're people. That's it. Nothing is different. Nothing is different. That's it. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, dude. Yeah, sure, Jimmy says he loves and supports his friends, but these random schizos in a parasocial relationship think otherwise. Wow, what great insight. I'm glad that this guy made this video.
This fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way, could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
That's bullshit, man. That's fucking bullshit. It is so insane. Yeah, you should resign because you're a trans, dude. Thanks. Mate, Chris is going through something and it feels so strange that you think Jimmy would put his channel over his friend he's had for years. The problem with this video is that you try and create and stick to a narrative that Chris will become a nightmare, when in fact it's way more complex and indirect than that, because you're sticking to the nightmare narrative. All the information you provide in this video is geared towards pushing the idea that this is some huge problem that, to be honest, most people could care less. For example, when you hyperanalyze 10 awkward seconds of a multi-hour stream, it helps your narrative, but it isn't a genuine representation. Just my thoughts. Hope everything works out for MrBeast. Fucking own, dude. Yeah, I want what's best for MrBeast. Okay, if you want what's best for MrBeast, then don't be a fucking transphobic monster. Okay?